There we go. Oh, I think we decided to go see Sakura at the dojo?
That sounds familiar.
We're on one of our many infinite loops. You good over there? You have enough beer?
Oh. I was clearing my throat. Epoxy. The sound of rippling wind comes from the practice floor. The archery club holding a holiday practice session? It's been a while since I quit, but the sound of a quivering bowstring still stops me in my tracks. I guess I'll just watch for a bit. Although, if a competition's coming up, it'd be best to leave them alone. At least Fujine or Sakura should be there, so just watching shouldn't be a problem. Excuse me, I'm Emiya, third year. I'll just be watching.
Oh, it's Emiya. How nice of you to visit on a day like this.
The one greeting me is the former captain, Mitazuri. And I looked for any other familiar faces. The present captain, Sakura, silently nods in my direction. She doesn't run up to me. I guess she's busy. Fujine, the advisor, seems to be absent. I just wanted to watch the practice. Can I come in?
Holidays are an odd choice of time for that. Even some of the regular members are absent.
She says that, but the club looks just as full as on a weekday. The atmosphere is tense, as if everyone's meticulously preparing for a competition. You guys are picking up pace, right? I'll go if I'm a bother.
It's okay, our club's tradition to not block passage to anyone who enters. Come on in, Emiya.
Alright then, excuse me. I take off my shoes and step onto the wooden floor of the archery range.
Here, this way.
Oh, thanks. Walking along the walls, I sit down in the corner of the waiting room.
You're okay without a cushion, right?
The club members seem to be aware of my presence, but being preoccupied with practice, do not look at me directly.
So, what are you up to with this weekend visit? What, did your own training start going downhill?
Nah, nothing like that. I just came here on a whim.
Oh, and here I thought you couldn't take it any longer without your bow and came to pay the piper.
If that were the case, I wouldn't have come empty-handed. I still take care of my bow and arrows.
Is that so? Well, I do wish you'd bring them at least once before graduating. The fact that we still have unfinished business between us is what bothers me.
I would like to agree, but I have to say it's not in my control to do so. That is, it's a question of principle. Similar to a mental trauma, unable to do what was simple before, I guess.
Good grief, don't let yourself get rusty to the point of having to start from the basics again. And...
I turn to see what she's been looking at, still maintaining her bitter smile.
Yamazaki-kun, you are turning the bow as you release, aren't you?
Yes.
Yugiri happens not because of your wrist, but more like this. Relax your grip and let it happen. Don't turn it by force.
Yes, Captain Muto.
Fujuki-kun, your uchikoshi is too quick, isn't it? It should be more like steam rising up. You see it?
Right, I see.
Owaki-san. Oh, Owaki-san, you seem to be leaning on it. Relax a bit more. You can practice in front of a mirror later.
Aye, Captain.
Who'd have thought?
Sakura briskly gives out instructions to everyone. She looks completely different from her usual self. Hey, Mitazuri.
Hmm?
I ask quietly so as to not let others overhear. Has Sakura always been that resolute?
What did you think she was like?
Asked the question in return, I scratch my chin in thought. The way she usually is, it's really hard to imagine her as a captain. I thought that being under such pressure, she'd try to take on all the problems by herself, fighting them alone, fruitlessly, maybe something like that.
Well, she was like that right after she took over.
Mitsuzuri reminisces with a sigh.
I thought the being now I'm a little now I'm uncertain. I thought she was continuing, but
I don't know. Go one more.
oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I thought that being captain might have been just too much for her, but I guess it all worked out. But I sure had a lot of doubts at first. Although, I've been helping out while trying not to interfere too much. Shit!
Oh, my intuition was correct after all. Oh, what? I've been helping out? Fuck, what?
Yeah!
What? Alright. Well, maybe she's just continuing. Maybe she's just still talking.
Yeah, okay. Well, my intuition was correct after all. Mato matured beyond all reckoning, and is now the one true representative of the club.
Mitsuzuri grins, as if boasting about a piece of art she painted herself. When I first heard that Sakura was about to become the new captain, it took me completely by surprise. And while I might not get a chance to talk to her, seeing how busy she is, watching her become one fine captain makes me pleasantly surprised.
It's the seniors' practice next. What?
Oh. Fuck.
Okay.
Alright, it's the seniors' practice next, something I'm aware of, apparently.
Oh, that's our turn. Watch and be amazed, Emiya.
Mitsuzuri stands up and heads toward the range. As I'm thinking to myself that her confidence is very well justified. Ah, Sakura.
We greatly appreciate you coming all the way here on a holiday, Emiya-senpai.
She comes to the waiting room and greets me with a deep bow. My eyes widen. Sakura here is not the Sakura at home, but rather Captain Sakura of the archery club.
What is it, senpai?
I must have sat there dumbfounded for quite a while as she asks in a quiet voice.
Did I say something wrong?
No, not at all. Your greeting was so courteous, I was completely unprepared for it. Oh, I'm impressed. The captain's role really fits you well, Sakura.
Really? Me?
Now that you're archery club captain,
Yes, Mitsuzuri-senpai helped me out a lot at first. And thanks to that, I was able to hold on and even receive praise from you, senpai.
Captain Mato, I have a request. Oh, I thought that might be someone else.
Yeah, that was all. I couldn't tell if you were being
Captain
like...
Mato,
Why are you
I
fucking...
have a request.
Why are you fired again?
One of them was a pirate, maybe it's the same guy. As we're speaking, someone calls Sakura from the range. That voice. Ah, it's Mitsuzuri's little brother. Looks like he's glaring this way. Oh, fuck.
Didn't I play Mitsuzuri's little brother? I think that's the one where I was giving him a upbeat voice and you're like, he looks so depressed, what are you doing?
Yeah. I do remember that.
I'm sorry, the freshmen are.
It's okay. Captain's duty comes first. I see Sakura off. Hi, Nick. The moment she stands up, her expression changes to that of the club captain. I return the quiet bow she gives me on the way out. Bow. That was bow. We talking about archery.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Emiya-senpai.
On her way to the Makiwara, Sakura looks back. Yeah?
It's a little difficult to talk here, so would you mind going home together after practice? If you could stay around for that long, of course.
Okay, I'll wait until it's over, so do your best.
I will. Then I will see you later, senpai.
Sakura's changed a lot. When she came to our house, she was a girl that always cast her eyes downward and never smiled. It's all thanks to Fujine that she's become so bright. I didn't have Fujine. I was still just a kid when I took over Kiritsugu's house, and we used to fight a lot. I But above all, it was Fujine who cheered me up the most. The fact that Sakura was able to become such a fine captain is probably due to Fujine's influence after all. Like a deity of good fortune, it looks like Fujine is someone our house cannot go on without.
Right, hello everyone!
Hello, Fujimura-sensei.
So it is practice to the death today? Oh my, even the former members are present. Did you just come for fun, Shiro?
She hasn't changed one bit.
God, her face is so good.
She always gets a little Neko arc face. It's so good.
Yeah.
A bundle of light and joy that will shine until the destruction of the world. Everyone's advisor and idol, Fujimura Taiga, makes her appearance. Hello, Fujimura-sensei. I hope you'll excuse my presence.
Oh, it's alright. Take your time, Emiya-kun. Sorry we don't even have tea around to offer you.
No, it's competition time. You shouldn't be.
Hey, could someone bring out some tea?
I bet you just want to drink it yourself.
That's right.
That's Archery Club advisor herself.
So it didn't seem like something I'd actually say out loud, but...
Yeah, I couldn't tell. There's not an inkling of leadership that could set an example for Sakura. She's just like the Fujine we know at home. I'll have to decline the offer, but before that...
Did you perhaps come to look at all the cute girls we have, even though you've got so many at home? And perhaps Big Sis herself is your first target?
I mean, maybe deep down underneath this seemingly careless exterior, there's a strict policy that Sakura managed to scoop out. Could that really be it?
It must be the side effect of having seen me in my kendo uniform when he was a child. That must be why he's getting excited over girls and Hakama now. Right? You definitely are, right? Run away, all freshman girls, run away!
Fujimura-sensei! A thundering voice echoes throughout the range. Was that not me?
God, I hope that was Sakura. Yes. Sakura-chan? Fujimura-sensei, this is a sacred dojo. Please refrain from such vulgar comments. Oh. And please do not forget that you are also bound to hold up the sanctity of the place. Our visitor, Emiya-senpai, may be a former member, but it will look bad in the eyes of other members if you act so casually towards him. Oh.
Amazing. Sakura's disciplined Fujine into total submission.
I apologize for the trouble over our advisor caused you.
Although Sakura helped me out of that mess, I can't simply thank her when she's this angry. It happens all the time, so I don't really mind.
No, I must apologize to you as a captain on behalf of the club.
Captain Matau, please! Mrs. Zuri's brother comes at the most opportune time to interrupt. But why is he glaring at me?
I'm really sorry. Thanks, Mateo. Please go help out Minori.
Mitsuzuri finally butts in. Although she's kneeling properly beside us, she still somehow has a careless air about her.
Mateo sure took Fujimura-sensei down a notch. That alone makes her a better captain than me.
You're unusually complacent against Fujine.
Well, she is a living legend of Homurahara, after all. Her skill is what I respect. I can never match her.
Mitsuzuri takes a stance with an imaginary shinai in her hands. A side effect of having belonged to a vertical society that valued physical strength above wit for a long time, I guess.
Sakura-chan used to be such a good disciple of mine.
Whoa, sensei. Oh,
Would you call her sensei?
I don't know. Like, with other people around, like in the middle of class, you wouldn't be like, big sister.
That's true. But then she became a captain and revolted against her own mentor overnight. Won't listen to her own age on anymore. How sad. 2 years ago, Shiro quit, and down went my archery club privatization plan number 1. And with Sakura-chan this year, everything was lined up perfectly for plan number 2. Or so I thought. Now she's my arch rival.
So is that why you recommended Sakura?
Thus, I hope to make Mitsuzuri another influential figure, my guardian, in order to protect me from Sakura-chan, see?
But even then... Oh, God.
It's really hard to tell who's talking in this entire scene.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I'm due to retire soon, and I thought I'd refrain from meddling. Is that a...
That's Mitsuzuri.
Okay, and I thought I'd refrain from meddling in club affairs. Yeah, when Mitsuzuri-san graduates, I'm going to be bullied by Sakura-chan every single day. See, that's when I'll be leaving Minori to you. A shield, a substitute, a sacrifice. Use him however you like. It's no good. Mitsuzuri-kun has already run one of Sakura-chan's puppets. Mitsuzuri-san, you're not the kind of cruel pupil that would just leave her old mentor in times of trouble, right? Right? That's, well...
Don't give in, Mitsuzuri.
Emiya?
The archery club's future is in your hands.
Right, you just need to switch with me until you graduate.
Is that why you've been trying to convince me to rejoin for 2 years?
No, that's not the only reason, right? Fujimura-sensei! With a competition upon us, staying our advisor using up what precious time we have like this. And you, Mitsuzuri-senpai, just what are you doing in the sacred dojo? I didn't do anything. And Mato, I always told you as a captain to keep the reins tight on our advisor, didn't I? That is true.
Wait a moment, does that really fall under the captain's responsibilities?
When will you come out of your shell? It's about time you stopped being a rookie. Yes, I'm sorry. Alright, go, Ayako-chan! Stop with that. This all started because of your inappropriate behavior in the first place, Fujimura-sensei. Sakura-chan's so scary!
That's the spirit. Can't always rely on the seniors.
Help me, Mitsuzuri-san. What kind of a martial artist are you, ignoring the perilous situation your master is in? How heartless of you! But the traditional spirit of archery is selflessness. Sensei, swaying Mitsuzuri-senpai like that is cowardice.
Oh, that was supposed to be me, I guess.
Yeah, that's... who knows, right?
Yeah.
And now who the fuck this is? Stop causing trouble for us, Fujimura-sensei. Don't leave me all by myself, Mitsuzuri-san. Free me, Captain Mato.
And so, before I knew it, a power relationship not unlike a rock, paper, scissors game had been established. Looks like you guys are really busy right now, so I'll be going.
Yes, senpai. I will see you another time. Emiya, take Fujimura-sensei with you! Shiro, bring me back the kind of carrying Sakura-chan! Fujimura-sensei! Senpai, please wait for me by the school gate. Captain Mato, please!
What was wrong with this club?
Sorry for the wait, senpai.
The ribbon in her hair flutters in the wind like a feather. Sakura comes trotting up to me like a baby bird that's found its mother.
Weird analogy. One of the younger members got injured and I had to treat her. Sorry I'm late.
I see. You must have it tough being captain. I didn't think she'd take her new role as captain of the archery club this seriously. It's as if a mask had been removed from her face. That's how I describe Sakura today. What do you want to do? Should we drop by Shinto? If she wants to talk, we can take the long way there.
If it's okay with you, could we go to the shopping district in Miyama?
Oh, you'd rather go there? Sakura draws the cell phone from her pocket to check the time.
Yes, and if we go right now, we'll still make it for the evening sale.
Well, if that's the reason, I'll be glad to go. When you shop during a sale that attracts a lot of people, you somehow feel like you've gotten a better deal. Sakura nods enthusiastically, and with that, we hurry on our way. Long-ass scene. We're like changing settings. Whew. The hustle and bustle of the limited time offers tracks is already here. But today being the Saturday before a holiday weekend, it's even busier than usual, and every register is overflowing with customers.
We did very well this trip, didn't we, Senpai?
Yeah, we saved a lot. Looks like we now have 2 packs worth of eggs and even 2 milk bottles per every person in the house. What?
I'm sorry, 2 packs worth of eggs and even 2 milk bottles? These have to be small milk bottles, right?
Yeah, right. Maybe like a single serving or I don't know.
Like a quart of milk? Like a little half quart?
Yeah, maybe. Because that's still like, what, 10 milk bottles?
That's a lot. She brought you to be the muscle.
Gallon apiece.
You're just carrying 10 milk jugs down the fucking
Everybody in the Emiya household drinks 2 gallons of milk before the 2-week expiration date.
Jesus. You gotta be great. You gotta grow strong. Oh, sorry for making you carry all that.
Don't apologize. It's all gonna get used at my house after all. Isn't your bag pretty heavy too? Want me to take it?
Oh no, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm glad I came with you, Senpai.
Arms laden with heavy grocery bags, we walk towards the busy shopping district. As one might expect of the 2 pillars of a kitchen-based household that are about to complete their provisioning run, the conversation quickly turns toward the well-worn topic of cooking.
We have plenty of eggs and milk, so I was thinking it might be a good idea to bake a cake.
The eggs, we can make some savory custard as well.
We always go through the milk so quickly, don't we? Everyone drinks it with breakfast and then with lunch, too.
Freaks.
I have so much diarrhea.
God. Who drinks milk? Nobody just drinks milk. These are adults.
Yeah, I think after the age of like 10, drinking milk with meals feels a little weird.
Yeah. Imagine sitting down at a nice Japanese restaurant, they serve you milk.
That would be a for sure nani moment.
Yeah. You drink quite a bit yourself, don't you, Sakura?
Oh, really? I have a strong stomach, so even if I drink it right out of the fridge, it doesn't upset my digestion. Uh-oh, the milk freaks are in the chat.
Milk freaks. Nobody drinks milk.
Apparently they do!
It's weird that both of you do, because, like, it's not that common. Tricked by Big Dairy. I can almost hear Tosca's voice from somewhere saying, "Oh ho ho, what are you gonna do when all that milk goes to your chest?"
What? Oh?
Hmm? Sakura stops in the middle of the road and turns toward the Edamaya bakery. The shop counter is overflowing with freshly baked obaniyaki buns, which are workers arranging in neat rows inside the bakery case. Their sweet fragrance wafts through the air, making my mouth water. What kind do you want, Sakura?
Oh no, I'm fine. I don't.
You've been to the club all afternoon, haven't you? Hasn't all that exercise made you at least a little hungry?
It did, but We'll spoil our dinner.
Something this small would have already digested nicely by the time we get home and start the cooking.
I don't know about that.
Really? Much better for a martial artist to have a healthy appetite, though.
Besides, I have to watch myself when it comes to sweets, and also, there are all kinds of reasons.
Sakura tries to cobble together a slew of excuses into one firm denial, but her eyes haven't strayed once from the obunyaki this whole time. I should just end this the easy way. Tell the truth, I'm a little hungry myself. But it wouldn't taste as good if I just buy one and eat it all by my lonesome, so I was hoping you'd join me. Feels manipulative.
Senpai, I feel bad making you go this far out of your way for me.
Don't worry about it. Besides, we'll buy some to bring back to Saber and Fujine while we're at it.
Oh, that's actually a great idea. In that case, let's go buy some.
Perfect. I'll hold on to the bags. Would you go in there and pick out a few kinds?
Okay. I can't remember what obunyaki is.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Thanks, Sakura.
It's so fresh there's still steam rising up from it.
I feel kind of bad for Saber and Fujine, but we should enjoy them while they're hot at least. Since we're the ones in charge of the kitchen, we should enforce a policy of making sure food is eaten while it's still fresh.
I agree.
Her previous hesitation gone without a trace, Sakura eagerly opens the paper bag.
Which do you like better, Senpai? Bean jam or cream?
I guess I'll take the bean jam one. Sakura, would you mind taking one of the grocery bags? Sakura takes a bun from the bag and brings it to her nose, inhaling its fragrance.
This one must be bean jam.
Is that so? Hold on just a second. Let me put the bags down so my hands are free.
Here you go. Eat up while it's still hot.
Sakura brings the bun in her hand close to my mouth. The warm steam rising from it tickles my nose. Sakura, you aren't. Are you?
Say, senpai.
Seriously?
Who's the baby bird now, bitch? Senpai, is it good?
Sakura, this doesn't embarrass you at all? Better get a CG for that long-ass seat. Sakura's all smiles, but I'm still concerned about the stares we're drawing that I can't really enjoy the taste. You know, I've been coming here to shop ever since I was little, so now wherever I turn, I see someone I know.
Oh, really?
Really? I guess it doesn't bother you because you're not worried about running into any acquaintances.
This is Yuri's little brother?
Ah, Mato-senpai! You on your way home?
Yeah.
Oh my, Sato-san running errands for your family?
Who the fuck is that?
Yes. Excuse me, but is this guy standing next to you your...
Yeah.
That's a secret.
Ah, poor Mitsuzuri-kun.
Did something bad happen to Minori-kun?
Please forgive me for interrupting the two of you. I'll be on my way then.
Oh, wait just a second. Would you mind taking our picture?
Your cell phone's so cute, senpai. Okay, you two, stand close together now and say cheese.
Ugh.
Where's our fucking family photo?
Sakura's junior leaves to continue her errand, but not for her. Not for glancing back at us several times.
Wow, they threw that way too late for us.
Yeah. Oh, I thought the embarrassment was gonna kill me.
It's not like I wasn't embarrassed either, but can't you just go along with it and enjoy yourself?
She smiles radiantly. Ugh. I can't say anything back when she looks at me like that.
Senpai, say ah.
The cream-filled ones are really good, too. The inside is nice and soft from the heat.
Oh, that's still in quotations. Oh!
Oh.
The cream-filled ones are really good too. The inside is nice and soft from the heat.
Sorry, the cream-filled ones are just too unorthodox for me, but thanks anyway.
Hey, how can you say you don't like something you won't even try?
The sweet, lilting tone of Sakura's voice makes me gulp in an entirely different way. Though she takes the prize for most level-headed member of our household, she can be unexpectedly frank around our own together like this.
Close enough.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, no, nothing.
You were surprised by what you saw at the archery range, weren't you?
Yeah. I guess I looked pretty stupid, didn't I?
No, not at all. Everyone's practicing really seriously for the autumn tournament right now, so I've got to hold it together as captain too. I must have surprised you, senpai.
The autumn tournament, huh? That's right, it would be about that time. I still regret not being able to participate in any tournaments since I quit archery in the summer of my first year. Who are the likely candidates this year?
Ah, so you're interested too, senpai? Among the third years, there's the venerable trio of Mitsuzuri-senpai, Kudo-senpai, and Kumihara-senpai.
Ooh, with all of them participating should be a sure thing. The only problem there is how volatile Mitsuzuri can be.
And from the second years, we have Igaki-kun followed by one Mateo Sakura.
Oh, so you made it in too, Sakura? Good job.
Well, I am the captain after all.
You sure are. No wonder Fujine said she could practically taste nationals this year.
Fujimura-sensei is just an optimist, that's all.
You can say that again. So how confident do you feel?
Confident? Let me think.
Sakura takes a big bite out of her opaniyaki, deep in thought.
I think the regional finals are a real possibility, at least.
You really set your sights high. I promise I'll be watching over you from the catwalk over the stage when you speak at the assembly announcing your victory.
Me? In front of the whole school?
Well, aren't you the club captain? Oh, now that I think about it, what happened to Shinji? You didn't mention him as one of the third-year candidates.
Nissan?
Oh, he was one last year.
He said it was natural to quit now that he's a third year and stopped coming to practice.
Huh? Did he really? Come to think of it, I haven't seen him at the archery range once since summer ended.
I tried to convince him to drop by once in a while, but, well, you know how he is.
She talks about Shinji with a faint smile. It wasn't too long ago that Sakura expressing her opinion of Shinji so openly would have been unthinkable. There's no hitting, is there?
Oh, no. Mitsuzuri-senpai always says, you need to let him have it, and stuff like that, but I still can't just smack him around like she does.
No, Sakura, I didn't mean from you.
Don't worry, senpai. Nissan's not like he used to be anymore, and neither am I.
Sakura smiles as she bites enthusiastically into the bun. Not a trace remains of the fear that once crippled her. Sakura tells me all about the archery club as we walk. About how surprised everyone was when she offered to do the cooking during training camp. The time the younger members dragged her to a bowling alley for the first time. The day she taught her massage skills to the club members to great reception. God. How she caught Mitsuzuri's brother and gave him a full-body massage after his shyness made him try to run away. How Mitsuzuri just watched from the sidelines, grinning the whole time, and how all he could do the next day as a side effect of the massage was roll around on the floor. Sakura stops suddenly, and I follow. Side by side, we take in the uninterrupted view of the sunset over the town below.
This must be the first time, senpai.
The first time?
Yes, walking home with you, talking to you, stopping to eat with you. It's all a first.
I see. Sakura came to get me, and we walked to school together every day, but we were always busy with club activities or part-time jobs and never got the chance to go home together.
My wish has finally come true.
Wish?
Yes, to talk about friends and club activities, and even myself, with you, Senpai. That was my dream. I have a lot of them. There are so many things I want to do with you, Senpai, and I wished for this for so long. Am I asking for too much?
Not at all. I'm glad it was a wish that I could grant. Maybe she suddenly felt shy since she took another opaniyaki and crammed it into my mouth. Classic shy behavior. Ugh, Sakura, this one's cream filled. Sakura's busy trying to step on the tall shadow the setting sun throws in front of her and doesn't hear a word I say. I'm really happy. Oh well, I closed my mouth with that other word. It tastes a lot better than I expected.
Thank you very much for keeping me company today, Senpai.
Are a few cheap pastries all it takes to make you happy?
Well then, next time I want to have dinner at a fancy restaurant all dressed up.
High-level demand for an equally high-level restaurant. Yeah, I'd say that's doable. I don't know if I can make it happen right away, but as soon as I get the chance, I'll be able to grant this wish of hers too. I hope. A classy, elegant dining experience, huh? Got it. If you don't mind waiting, I'll find a way to make it happen.
Yes, I'll wait for you as long as it takes, Senpai. Oh.
Hey, I think we just need to unlock the potential for that scene. That was a fucking long scene.
That was so long!
It felt very like, oh, we've done the Sakura thing. Like, we got a CG, we like accomplished her wishes, we went on our whole date. Like, okay, we finished Sakura.
Finisher. Sorry. I'm gonna put my finger over the blue button.
Oh, for the alcohol scene. Oh,
Oh?
we're really gonna finish Sakura.
Stop! The letter?
Oh, is that us writing a letter to Ren, right?
I don't remember. Oh, yeah.
That reminds me, she did mention something about sending a letter to Tosaka. Sakura, are you there?
Senpai? Sure, come on in.
She answers as if she's occupied with something. Excuse me. God, we just had a long Sakura scene. It looks like she's writing something. There's a somewhat large piece of paper on the desk.
Well, now we'll have a whole Sakura episode with a Sakura CG thumbnail.
As I thought, you're writing that letter you were talking about, right?
Yes, I figured I'd make a report on the current state of affairs for Nason. Just hold on a minute, I'll be done soon.
Tosca's currently in London. She's not exactly available on a moment's notice, so an opportunity to send a letter like this must not be wasted. It would have been much easier with email, but Tosca stubbornly refuses to do anything with computers. Say, you think Tosca will be back before long?
Not in the next few days, at least. She said that October looks doubtful and that she'll definitely let us know when she's about to leave.
I see. I guess the chances for her coming back before the 11th are pretty low. Things aren't going well. If only Tosca were here, we'd be able to solve this whole messed up situation. Well, maybe not, but we could at least find some clues leading to it.
What, do you really want Nason to come back? Oh, what? Do you really want Nason to come back that much?
Sakura asks.
You better get your fucking kneecaps taken.
She looks somewhat delighted. That's not really it. We can actually have some peace while she's gone. I wouldn't even really mind if she stayed away for the rest of the year.
So what do you actually mean is that it's okay until the end of this year, but you won't be able to endure it next year. Is that right, Senpai?
I'm at a loss for words. Sakura is getting more difficult to deal with day by day. Even without the older sister around, the younger one's becoming a pretty strong lady. With an environment this unique, experience must be just piling up. And now if Tosuka comes back on top of that, I wonder what's going to happen. Well, if Tosuka comes back, there'll be neither rest nor quiet. Let's leave it at that. On a serious note, I want to ask you something. Could you just write, "We need to talk" in the margin of the letter?
What? Just that and nothing else? Nason might overlook it if you don't put more feeling into it, you know? I mean, she might tear it up and throw it out if she thinks it doesn't sound desperate enough.
I know you're there. She definitely could. Alright, just tell her that we're having some problems and to call when she gets a chance, that we need her help with something. Oh, no, wait, I mean, she's busy. This isn't worth asking her to come back over. I'm sure she has her own problems to deal with, and I wouldn't want to be a nuisance.
Yeah, let's not. Even if she could come, I think there's a good chance it might just make things even worse. She's doing whatever she wants in London, and she won't restrain herself here. Yeah, okay, let's not do that.
That was close. You never know what kind of debt you might be getting yourself into and asking Tosuka for help.
What is this background? Is this letter writing sounds? What is this sound?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even hear it. So I, stopped and listened. Being forced into servitude at her residence for a year is not unlikely.
Senpai, is that all?
Huh? Oh, first one should be fine. Just ask her to call. If she doesn't see it, that's fine. We don't need her lousy help. We can do this ourselves.
Ourselves, there. Okay, I got that all down. Well, I'm sending this off to Nason first thing tomorrow.
Sakura's hand shifts into high gear, putting the letter in the envelope and sealing it with a cute sticker. I was getting some evil vibes from Sakura's behavior just now, but I guess that's just my imagination. Alright, please do.
Okay, please look forward to it, Senpai.
That smile really bothers me for some reason. Get a feeling I've just triggered a switch that should not have been touched. The door's gonna kick down and Rin's gonna be like, "Lousy?"
A letter to Rin in London has been sent.
Hey. Big accomplishments today.
Third day.
I got a saber.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. So many. A rider.
This
If
is.
you go to school, it's gonna ask you to stay there.
Yeah. Do you want to talk to Saber or Ryder?
It doesn't matter. If you want to talk, go Saber. If you want me to talk, go Rider.
It's been a big me talk day.
Yeah, more than usual.
I'll pull my weight.
We gotta have to figure out Tsukihime roles here soon enough.
Oh God, I don't even know how that goes.
I really like the Tsukihime MC. I think he's really cool. I don't know. I don't know if you want me to main character twice.
Why would you not main character twice?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you want the main character.
Do you want to be the harem of women surrounding you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want to do some role reversal? I will be the main character, and you will be my harem of women looking to seduce me with your eye powers.
The main characters don't want the eye powers, but...
Oh, God damn it.
Anyway. Okay. Anyway, future conversation. Saber, I made some snacks for tea. Want to try them? I followed the instructions on TV and tried to make the unusual kind of donut. It's called Sata and Dagi in Okinawa, apparently. Considering it's my first attempt, the result turned out to be quite decent. I'll get Saber to sample some with the tea I brought along.
Shiro, please wait a moment.
A rummaging noise can be heard from the inside. Finally, the sliding door opens.
Remember when we walked in on her playing with her toy lion? That was a great day. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Please come in.
Excuse me.
I see that we learned to knock on doors now.
I placed the tray with the Sata and Dagi and tea on the table in the middle of the room.
Shiro, this is...
Filled with anticipation, Saber's eyes are fixed on the table. If she had a tail, it'd probably be wagging nonstop by now. Oh, I tried making something I saw on TV. Kinda looks delicious, doesn't it? I pour some tea from the pot and offer it to her. This is just a prototype, though, so there's not that many. Fried food needs to be eaten while still warm, so I brought them right away. I thought that if they get a favorable rating here, I'd try making enough for everyone next time.
I see. If that is the case, I will not hold back.
I'm not sure if it'll suit your taste, but please enjoy.
It is made by Shiro, after all, and it smells so good. The taste might be so. The taste must be so as well. It is my pleasure.
There you go. Her palms close together in a gesture of thanks, and she proceeds to stuff a Sata and Dagi in her mouth. Busy chewing, she doesn't make any comments. Her expression talks for itself, though. And that means it's a success. I let out a sigh and take a sip of tea. Well then, though I'm content with just watching Saber chew away happily, I've just remembered something, so I asked. By the way, what were you doing just now?
Right, I was just changing. Shiro, there's something I've always wondered about.
Yeah. Did I make a mistake somewhere? Judging from the sampling, I thought it was quite good.
I wanted her to see something so out of pocket. Yeah. I forget.
Yeah.
Yes, I have been advised by Rin and Sakura about this, but why is there so much variety in the undergarments covering the chest that one can get?
The tea in my mouth almost sprayed out. Good thing Saber phrased it in such a roundabout way. The fact it took me a moment to comprehend the question was what saved me. Why are you asking me this? Like, I would be stumped by the availability of so many types of bra as well. Woody? It's not confusing.
I think if you're a teenage boy, you probably don't know that there are multiple different kinds of bras. You probably just think
sure.
bra, right?
Right. I get that. I guess I was thinking, like, design more than, like...
Oh,
type.
yeah. Because, like, you're probably like, there's one bra and they can look different ways. And you're like, no, sir. There are dozens of different types of bras that offer different kinds of support.
Like, by the time you're a teenager, you've seen a sports bra before. And then if you see 2, you have to imply it could be 8. You know, like, I don't know.
My concept of boys under the age of 25 are morons. And above 25, it's slightly less than morons.
So I turned 25 fucking yesterday, and I just want to check that comment real quick.
We're best friends.
I can this is Saber. It's gotta be Saber. Right?
Yeah, right. I can certainly understand that Sorry, I forgot you were 25.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Happy birthday to Jake! I bought him a maid outfit.
Thanks.
In Final Fantasy, not in real life. Yeah.
A virtual maid outfit.
Virtual maid outfit. We're not allowed to put Jake in a real maid outfit yet.
Although, a kid did say I look buff this year.
Oh,
We're getting there.
Hell, you do fucking rock climb.
I do a lot of rock climbing.
I can certainly understand the idea that women must avoid exposing their body. That's why you need underwear. But why do you need to fuss over the appearance?
Us.
Yes, Taiga and the others took me to one such store the other day. Underwear is not meant to be shown in the first place, and the sheer variety of styles on display is beyond my understanding.
That's basically... I feel kind of like a single father whose only daughter has finally hit puberty. But the way that this one daughter, that is, Saber, has lobbed the question at me, directly with no signs of hesitation, completely precludes the possibility of avoiding the subject by just trying to joke about it. As if bra is the enemy.
Bra is the enemy.
Well, that's, you know. Thus, buying a brief moment for thought, I managed to come up with my very own answer, somehow. I think it must be about a woman's pride.
About pride?
Yeah. I've just realized I've said something totally stupid. Well, it might sound even more stupid if I just muddy the waters and not follow up with anything. So putting on a dead serious face, I explain. Compared to men's underwear, there's certainly an overwhelming variety of features, shapes, and whatnot. But I don't think it's just about practicality.
So you are saying...
Yep. In other words, things that make you stand out, the desire to wear things that suit you, those are all driven by self-esteem, aren't they? Therefore, pride.
Oh. Sure. Your ears are burning red.
That's because you're asking about embarrassing stuff.
What? I see. I apologize. I did not think that my question would disturb you so much. When I asked Ren, she told me that you would be able to produce a more satisfying answer. Bitch!
Is that right? Great. I'll keep that in mind.
God, that's so fucking funny.
Next time I get a chance, I'll make sure her dinner's full of sugar.
Thank you, Shiro. I finally understand.
Not really? My glance unconsciously falls on Saber's white chest that she's now feeling with her fingertips. I hurriedly raise my head, changing the line of sight to look her straight in the eyes.
I'm not trying to deceive you. Oh. Yeah, pride, that is, self-confidence, is something I can understand myself.
Sorry, it's not that I'm doubting you. It's just that, how should I put it? I have no expertise in this field.
That is no problem.
She shakes her head.
As you may know, I've been trying to hide my feminine side to begin with. Indeed, I know virtually nothing about women's clothing. But even so, there were occasions when I had to pay particularly close attention to my dress.
Really? I thought your armor was a lot like daily clothes.
Yes, that would be natural for a warrior. However, being constantly armed is also unacceptable. A command might want to take off his armor as a sign of trust for an ally, and a king might look for majestic clothes as a sign of dignity. Those are the kinds of events that occurred frequently. For example, yes, such as the delight of a triumphal return. At that time, the proud king of the nation will need to carry himself with the utmost dignity, and dress more brilliantly than ever.
See, if the king never removes his armor, the subjects can't rest either. Hearing a satisfactory response, Saber nods.
Wearing such majestic clothes had, in turn, also served to lift up my own spirit on more than a few occasions. Your remark has suddenly reminded me of that feeling.
Pride, in the sense of the king's ceremonial outfit?
Yes. Those are simple articles by modern standards, but when made for the king by skilled craftsmen and seamstresses, they have, in my opinion, an unmatched sheen to them. A tunic with majestic crimson dragons embroidered on it, a quilted mantle hemmed with golden thread, a dazzling crown. At times, just putting them on made me forget fatigue and focus my mind. Nowadays, women are already free from having to abide by men's rules. Therefore, going about daily tasks with pride at your chest is understandable. That I can relate to my own experience. Expressing yourself, one's own femininity through choice in underwear, is something that I think I am beginning to understand.
Taking a breath, she adds, looking embarrassed.
Thank you, Shiro. My crude self never noticed something so obvious.
It's no big deal, really. Letting out a sigh, she steals another quick glance at the plate with one last Sata and Doggy and remaining. No need to say anything. I just push the plate towards her. Well, let's just do our best.
Our best for what?
Satisfied expression on her face, Saber finishes the Sata and Doggy and brings her palms together in a gesture of gratitude.
Thank you for the food, Shiro. It was great. Delicious. I believe this Sata and Doggy has plenty of potential to become one of the top 10 afternoon snacks.
Alright, that's great. Huh? What's wrong? There's no more left, but...
Oh, nothing. It was just a moment ago that we were talking about pride and femininity, yet my mind has been distracted by food in an instant. How selfish of me.
Don't worry about it. I'd be more concerned if you suddenly lost your appetite. Well, laugh. For now, I have no choice but to laugh.
I would also love Saber's top 10 afternoon snacks. Shiro, I definitely have to refine my womanhood by observing Rin, Sakura, Taiga, and others.
Well, I'm not so sure about Fujine. No matter how you put it, this is one strange conversation. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. Instinct tells me to start putting away the tableware.
Oh, I feel Taiga is more feminine than you give her credit for. You two are just too close.
You think so?
By the way, Shiro.
Hmm?
If you do not mind, could you come with me to this lingerie shop sometime?
Yes!
Huh? Launch with me? Uh-oh. I must have mixed in some kind of fast-acting drug as one of the ingredients.
I was saying some profound-sounding things just now, but in reality I am completely unable to say whether the clothes I wear suit me or not myself. But if I can get you to see it from your perspective, Shiro, I will, be glad.
What? Is that another one of Tosca's suggestions? Don't be ridiculous.
Is it really that outrageous? I saw some customers accompanied by men in the store. As for being embarrassed in an unfamiliar place, it is the same for me.
No, that's completely different.
So what was that about doing our best together, then?
You're listening after all. Anyway, ask Tosca or Sakura for underwear selection advice.
No, I cannot resign myself to be on the receiving end of favors forever. I heard that there is even underwear designed to be shown on the outside. If that is true, then by all means, I should get Shiro to choose it.
I refuse. There's absolutely no way. This is my final word.
Oh. If you are going to be that stubborn, I have an idea, too. Under no conditions will I put on any underwear that has not been chosen by Shiro!
Why did it come to this?
So please accompany me in my quest.
Alright, but only in the front of the store. I will not yield any more than that.
But that is pointless! Stop right there, Shiro!
What?
That...
Never mind.
I wish you luck in your endeavor. 1,000 apologies and my humble thanks! Right then!
Great. Saber scenes are so reliable.
10 out of 10 would repeat. Fantastic. No notes.
You won't wear any underwear is the threat.
Yeah, the threat is I just won't wear anything from now on. Got him!
Yeah.
God, that's so fucking funny.
I'll answer at the harbor in an important scene. Ooh, drink some liquid so that I can do this lantern boy.
Oh, I wanted to look at
At
the
the
Sata.
harbor, there's a
Oh,
familiar
shit.
face.
I wanted to look up what Sata and Dagi was. Sata and Dagi?
Sure, same.
Wrong button. Oh, they look like donut holes.
Oh. Yeah, they do kind of. It does say they're similar to donuts. Just flour, sugar, and eggs. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's
donut
just.
hole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this even says Okinawan donuts.
You know. Okay, we may begin.
At the harbor, there's a familiar face. Lancer can be found anywhere, but in the afternoon, this is where he devotes himself to his hobby. Well, what should I ask him about?
Hello.
You know,
Just
kind of deep.
You know, just casually wondering how you feel about your entire fucking life.
Hey, you know, a mythological person that has stories told about their crazy ass life. How is it? Any regrets? Any trauma? You want to share? Maybe I'll ask him about his past. I'm curious what he thinks about the current state of affairs, but another part of me also wants to know about how he feels about his life. Saber had blamed herself strongly. Someone that lives as freely as he does might still have some regrets about the past. Oh, fuck, Lancer voice. Regrets, you say? Disappointment, maybe, but regrets? Not one bit. So... that would be the reply of the ill-fated hero of Ireland, made while looking at a fishing rod that hasn't gotten a single bite. I I thought so. You've really got nothing on you, huh? You know, other servants all seem to have some longing for the past. You don't say. They sure didn't look like the sort who'd want to go back home as heroes. Oh, Castor ought to be full of regrets, though. She is supposed to have originally been a sheltered princess. She'd be happier had she been kept in that castle. The world and you would be safer that way. Ugh, yawns Lancer loudly. Wonder if it's the lack of any catches that's irritating him, or if he just doesn't like talking about the past. Lancer just reached an all-time record in lack of enthusiasm. So, what if you did get a hold of the Holy Grail? Isn't there something you want from it? Like getting another chance at life as a human being, or maybe going back to the past or something? Beats me. Can't think of any random wish till I'll actually get it. This is it. Basically, he spends what he has the day he earns it. What he wants had already been mostly gained while he was alive. As a result, he wouldn't leave behind any regrets, like, I should have done this once the party's over. Must have been one full life. Oh yeah. Hey Lancer, if you don't mind, could you tell me your story? I just realized that I don't really know much about your life. Huh? Bit too late to gain anything from it, you know? Or are you guys looking for a fight? No, Saber and I aren't interested in that. Didn't I tell you how grateful I am that you're going to be neutral? Maybe you did. Okay, if you said you did, then you probably did. So what is it? You only want to hear other people's stories? Nothing other than that? Yeah, just pure curiosity. No secret motivations involved. Guess there ain't no harm, then. I'm not catching anything, so I'll entertain you just to kill time. There's also one thing I wanted to beat into your head. Lancer's lethargic expression changes slightly. His relaxed shoulders are now even more relaxed, and his eyes, previously attending the ocean surface, move lazily towards the sky. Yes, that's right. He became even less enthusiastic. Lancer. Cahulan was a hero of ancient Ireland. His land was split into 5 countries, and of them, Cahulan served as a warrior under the northern kingdom of Ulster, under King Connor. Being part of Celtic mythology, he isn't that well known in this part of the world, but over there he was a great hero that outmatched even King Arthur. There are many factors at work in his birth. Cahulan's mother, Deichtyr, was a princess born between a gifted druid, father of the king of Connor, and Maga, the widow of Ross the Red. Princess Deichtyr disappeared in the land of the young without marrying anyone. Over there, she'd bear a child of the sun god Luch. That child was Setanta, later to be called Cuchulainn. Setanta was sent to Connor's army as one that would one day become the Shield of Ulster. He would have a life that followed that destiny. Setanta became Cuchulainn when he was still a child. The name was given to him after he killed the guard dog of the swordsmith Colan with his bare hands. One day, King Connor was invited to the house of the famed swordsmith Hulin, which I just remembered is how you say that. The king was going to bring the boy Setanta with him, but Setanta was in the middle of a hurling match with his friends. Had he withdrawn right then, he would have lost the match. So he said to the king, I'll catch up after I win, so go right ahead. The king, humored by this reply, allowed him to come late and went to the house of Cuchulainn first. Tragedy began when one of the servants of Hulin thoughtlessly closed the gate. Setanta, who had come late, was attacked by the guard dog. He then strangled it to death. The people inside heard the commotion and gathered at the gate. Once they knew that Setanta managed to defeat the guard dog, they were full of shock and admiration. But there was some sadness in Hulin's eyes at losing his prized guard dog. Setanta, ashamed of his actions, then told him, Does this dog have children? If he does, would you allow me to take care of them? I'll raise them to be guard dogs just as strong as their father. Until then, I'll be your guard dog. The swordsmith Hulin was impressed by the boy's offer and responded to him with assurance. You have no need of that. I'll be the one to raise the dogs that protect my manor. You, on the other hand, must train yourself. After all, one day you'll be the guard dog of all of Ulster. All the warriors of the sea nodded in agreement. From then on, the boy was called the Hound of Hulin. Cuchulainn. It was the boy's first battle. And to honor that noble declaration, he would... Yeah, I already know that much, but just how old were you back then? I think I was younger than you. Not become a warrior yet. See, in our land, there's a separate group for the kiddos before they become full-fledged knights of the Red Branch. There's a group of warrior apprentices that hadn't come of age yet. I was one of them. You're telling me you strangled the nation's top hound when you were around 12, 13 years old? It's just the adrenaline rush. That was the first time I'd take a life. Since then, I got a Gios on me. Could eat anything except dogs. That's why the hot dog scene. It'd be dog eat dog, he adds lightly. So, anyway, some time passed after my name changed. The kiddie group gathered around this druid. They were all in a stupid uproar, asking when they would become famed warriors. That druid, yeah, I'll admit that he actually was a pretty tough old man. His divinations were strong enough to not see the future, but to determine the future. The old man didn't know what to do, so he decided to just tell it for those who take up arms on that day. Wow, so what happened? Wasn't much of a divination. Ugly enough that nobody tried to go through the rites of warriorhood. Uh-huh. What were you doing then? I wasn't interested. I was just fishing, leaning against the hazel tree. Sorry, what was the point of this story? Don't get it, huh? In other words, I went through the rites of warriorhood on the same day. The king got mad. What good can come from a child like you becoming a warrior? Focus on growing up healthy first. Stuff like that. So that ticked me off. I wound up smashing the spears of the castle and wrecking a chariot. Now, try telling me one more time I'm not strong enough to be a warrior. Threatening a king, oh boy. This guy actually has settled down in comparison to the old times. Saber told me he would also fit in the Berserker class, but I didn't believe it. So then you became a warrior? Of the Red Branch Knights, was it? Yeah, but if you ask someone like Saber, she'd probably say there wasn't any knightliness to it. After all, in those times, as long as you didn't do anything disloyal, you could do whatever you want. If I felt like it, I could pick a fight with another land, then have a party that same night and forget all about it. There were a lot of loonies among the knights, so I had to keep an eye on my own country more than the others. He laughs with some amusement. I see. This free-spiritedness was the difference of the world he survived in. That pride wasn't the complicated pride of a human. It was simple, like that of an animal. So, once I became a warrior, I got busy fighting. Then one day I fell head over heels for this princess. Love at first sight. Went as far as her castle to kidnap her. But this princess, she was my kind of woman. Except she bitched about not wanting to go to the hearth of some fameless kid. Wait a minute, kid? Just how old were you then? I should have been around 16. Anyway, I went on a journey in search of fame. There was this warrior woman named Skaha in this place called the Land of Shadows. Strong like a monster, apparently. I heard rumors that many warriors went over to be her apprentices. That's the current fate event. I know what came next. Cuchulainn would finally reach the Land of Shadows, a land of the supernatural, and would be granted the secrets of leaping and the demonic spear gate bolt from the Lady Skaha. Oh man, don't try to make things that simple. That woman's training would be enough to put that Toska girl to shame, you know? Anyway, she was dangerous. By the time I got there, she quit being human. Land of Shadows is close to the world of spirits, you see. She basically turned into a guard that warded off the dead. There are even some near gods among the dead. She was so good with the spear, she could even handle shutting them in, even though her body was a human's. You can understand how crazy that'd be, right? Yeah, just the idea of a powered-up Toska is enough to scare me. Yeah, that's it. Anyhow, there were other pupils under that scary master. Those were all warriors that came to be taught by Skaha. One of them happened to be my equal. He went by the name of Ferdiad, warrior of the neighboring country of Connacht. We were competing for Gay Bolg, and before we knew it, we somehow wound up exchanging a vow of brotherhood. Well, you see, I had 3 priceless friends, but out of all of them, this guy had a special place in my heart, like an older brother. And with that done, Cahulan would learn many techniques and spells. Still, to think that the deeds of Cahulan had been accomplished when he was 16. As far as I've heard, this man caused havoc every day at maximum velocity. Like an already fast horse in a hurry. You're getting it wrong. I stayed in the Land of Shadows for a long time. I felt at home over there. Had a great teacher and good rival with me. So there was this dumbass that was going to attack that homely land. This Lord Ife of a neighboring country who started a war with us. Skaha didn't let me go out on the battlefield for some reason, so we often argued about that. Anyhow, in the end I did get to cause hell together with Skaha and Ferdiad. After a one-on-one duel, I captured Ife alive. But guess what? We started off as hated enemies, but once I caught her, I realized that she was my kind of woman. So I started getting seriously into her, but then Skaha found out. That earned me a stoning, gay Bolg style. Ha 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 ha! He laughs listlessly. Ah, so the enemy lord was female. Hey, wait. Hold it. When you meant got serious, you meant that? Hell yes. Of course, if you like her, of course you'd make love with her, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, with great power comes great womanizing, meaning there were no chaste warriors back in old Ireland. Still, one of those days we had to part ways. I split up with Ife. If she bore my child, I asked her to name him Conla and send him to Ulster. When he didn't come, he had to follow 3 vows. To not answer his name when asked. To not change course. To not back down from a fight. God, those are leading. Yeah, that's the bare minimum I expect from a son of mine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know you've read this before.
Yeah.
I've read his story before, but the ending's so obvious once you've seen it before. You're like, oh, of course. Me and Ferdy had left the Land of Shadows on the same day. Once we got out of the castle, we both asked each other the same thing at the same time. How about coming to my country? We laughed, realizing that neither of us was going to budge. Skaha, no, I didn't see her when we left. She already passed down everything to me, so she didn't have anything more to tell me. That was the tale of the Land of Shadows. From here on, Lance became a lot less talkative. Returning to Ulster, Cahulan had started up dramatic battles and became known throughout Ireland in an instant. With exploits that no one else could ever repeat, he came as promised for the princess. Opposed by King Forgal and his troops, he literally annihilated them, thus also achieving victory amongst the knights that waged their honor as Ulster's finest warriors. This illustrious record was at the same time the youth of the hero Cahulan. Which is why afterwards, the battles of Cahulan would bear a heavy shadow. The neighboring country of Connacht was controlled by generations of queens. Queen Meb was one of those warmongering ladies. The type that really hated giving up. Yeah, a lot happened to her, so she had her forces march into Ulster. First off, one of the reasons for Connacht attacking was that good old Uncle Fergus defected. Our king, not to be outdone in all this comedy, killed Fergus's sons out of lust for young women. That'd be the reason why he left. Say, wasn't Fergus the knight that took you from Degter? Yeah, so my uncle, the pride of the Red Branch Knights, served Connacht out of hatred for the Ulster king. So my uncle influenced Queen Meb's aggressiveness. Plus, there's this curse affecting the people of Ulster. Whenever we got invaded, men all over the country were rendered too feeble to fight. Hey, what? What the hell? And how does a country affected by that manage to prosper? What happened? That's the same as an all-you-can-plunder buffet. Adding insult to injury. Thing is, I wasn't really born of Ulster. Nah, I was born in a fairy mound. That's how I was totally up in my feet. You ought to know the rest, right? I went around killing Meb's forces every day. As they started to lose, we came to an agreement to change the war to a one-on-one fight. At the fords in the Ulster Gorge, I dueled. The Connacht army was only allowed to advance during the duel. It was a matter of losing 5,000 men in one day, or advancing only slightly at the cost of one man. Meb agreed to it reluctantly, and then that was the start of the duels. I see. That's what's more widely known as Cahulin's Rune of Vows. Athengabla, an arena formed from 4 branches, guaranteed one-on-one combat with honor at stake. Good idea. The Hound of Hulan would never lose in single combat, so that's how you stopped Connacht. Nope, Med broke the conditions of the treaty and advanced. But even still, it was a public vow. They might have advanced, but it was just one unit, not something that would be noticed. Yeah, in the end, it was the best way of holding them back. Now, the problem was what I had to deal with. Started off some fine warriors, then some weird-ass goddess of war butted in. Then I had to deal with the Clan Catalan monster, and then, yeah, I was deep in it. I'm ashamed to say it, but there was a time when I slept for the whole day out of fatigue. So then the Kiddo group, right? The one that hadn't been exposed to real combat, all agreed to save Cahulin. Them getting slaughtered by Meb instead. Yeah, you could say it's my fault. I should have said that. The battle at the forts, even with the hero Cahulin, was a land of death. The conclusion of that war was perhaps the greatest of living hells in his life. Connacht had the strongest of warriors with him. He was the one man I never wanted to fight. The warrior that he had trained with in the Land of Shadows. This was the battle with Ferdiad, the man who Cahulin loved as a brother. This battle was the scheme of Queen Meb, not of Ferdiad's own will. Lancer doesn't speak of how much emotional conflict both must have struggled with. Both had to serve their lord. To defend that honor, far more worthless than their friendship, that life had to be discarded. Both were equal to each other. Cornered, Cahulin had to use Gay Bolg to pierce Ferdiad's heart. The demonic spear that had not seen a single battle since leaving the Land of Shadows was released on his most precious friend. Gay Bolg is a glory given to only the most gifted warriors. As Cahulin held his fallen brother in his arms, in that brilliant hall of learning, you were our pride. Oh, thus Ferdiad said his final farewell to Cahulin. The battle ended with the defeat of Connacht. The recuperated warriors of Ulster pursued the Connacht army, adding a great blow to this defeat. At the end, Cahulin captured Queen Meb. He returned her to Connacht, treating her as a king, not killing her nor shaming her. Yeah, but you still let the leader of the enemy escape. You never killed a woman before, have you? I guess that's right. I didn't really have a fixation on it, so it just happened that way. But that's right. I don't like killing women in battle. I'd say that's a problem that comes before the matter of like or dislike. Whether he loved them or hated them didn't make a difference. As a servant, things are different now, but to the hero called Cahulin, killing women in the battlefield isn't something he liked doing. What happened next? There weren't any major battles after that. Oh right, now that you mention it, there was a strange kid that came down to the coast and stirred up trouble. He was a real brat, you see. Beat the living daylights out of the warriors that would try to talk to him. So the king butted in too and said, only Cahulin can defeat this boy. I think this would be the only time, other than just before my death, that my princess stopped me. So she cried at me, saying, "You mustn't go," but it was a royal order after all. Couldn't do anything about that. And there, I fought that kid at the coast. He was strong, and no choice but to use Gay Bolg. After I did, she said she didn't teach me that before dying. Must have been a student of Skaha's. By the way, the kid's name was Conwa. That was the end of the golden years of Cahulin. The rest doesn't need to be told. Queen Mev, who vowed vengeance, assembled warriors from lands with grudges on Cahulin and cornered him by the use of many plots. To protect Ulster, which was once again beset by sickness, he challenged the army of Mev single-handedly. After falling into scores of traps, he was brutally killed. The great hero that was responsible for countless deeds of valor, the Shield of Ulster. In comparison to that glory, his life was unexpectedly short. The Hound of Hulin, one that became a warrior while still a boy, closed the curtains on his life as though it was a race. That was the tale of Cahulin. The sun's about to set. I was only being half serious when I asked him, but looks like it used up a lot of time. I should be going soon. Thanks for the story. Lancer snorts, turning his face away. I bet he's having second thoughts about behaving out of character like this. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Oh. Oh yeah, almost forgot. You mentioned you want to beat something in my head. What was it? Didn't get it, huh? Not once have I killed a woman or a master. Oh, I see. In his many battles, Cahulin had not once refused to follow the order of his king, no matter how impossible. His tale also told that truth. I'll keep that in mind. I'll pay you back one of these days. Yeah, sure. Get that tiger lady to pass me some sake, then. I leave the docks behind. Well, that sure caught me off guard. I think he'd shoot me down so early in the game. Oh, my poor throat.
Yeah, you doing okay, buddy?
That's a lot of Lancer voice, but I do like his story.
I also like his story. One of the things that I remember is, I guess it's his princess that, because after Cahulin dies, she's like so beset with grief that she just lays down in the grave with him and dies too.
God.
Yeah. She's just like, being on this mortal plane without my Cahulin? Nope, not for me. And just crawls in and goes and just dies. She just leaves.
That's funny.
Which, like, when you're reading the actual, like, all of it, it's a pretty romantic moment. I think it lands.
Right.
Out of context, it sounds ridiculous.
It's like Romeo and Juliet's romantic in context. And you're like, these fucking morons.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, if you guys, you can easily find Cahulin's myth, like, on the internet. Like, you don't have to.
There's also, like, a 9-minute song on Spotify that's just Cahulin's myth told through song.
That's sick.
And I've never listened to the whole thing, but I don't know. At the beginning, I was like, that sounds right.
She doesn't pull a Padme. Yeah, Padme came before Cahulin, for sure. That's...
At least, like, 800 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, but yet, same scenario.
Right. Let's go to the forest ruins. I have a horribly bad feeling about this, but I also feel that a wonderful encounter awaits me.
Who could have predicted that self-destruct? What a fearsome Baruma. Truly a man's man, woman. Ah, the dream is destroyed, yet Taiga remains.
There she is. The destroyer of everything she touches has remained here in this crosspoint between worlds.
Well then, anyway, to change the subject, I welcome you, young man. You too, did you come to meet someone stronger than me?
Sounds bloody. I think I'll pass. You that sergeant from before?
No, absolutely not. My name is Quiz Ogre, the legendary Quiz Ogre of the Nine-Way Pass.
This is becoming troubling in more ways than one. Is this because of the jewel sword explosion that Tosca caused? Something worse than radioactivity has been leaking into the Ainsburg forest, it seems.
You there, don't make such an obviously displeased face. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I wouldn't like it if you came here and didn't play with me. Of course, I'm not suggesting you do this for free. Those who answer every question correctly will receive a wonderful prize to bring ease to their daily lives. Like a washing machine that cooks delicious rice by just pouring it in, or a washing machine that makes your dishes sparkly clean if you just put them in, or a washing machine that can play the latest games, or something like that.
I guess I'm gonna believe that. As if I'd even want one.
Oh, what wonderful spinal reflexes. It's really just as I had anticipated. Okay, since it's come to this, let our battle to the death begin. Will you survive, or will I eat myself into bankruptcy? Let us get ready to decide our fortunes.
If she's even listening.
Right, then let us raise the curtain on the quiz dojo. There are two genres. Rest assured, you get the same prize no matter which you choose.
Oh, I guess it just wants us to go through these, even though we already got the prize. Alright, well,
But it said it was new. Are these gonna be new questions?
Well, well, we haven't done these difficulties. We did show me your best, right? These are elementary and moderate.
Okay, so we're doing moderate, right?
Yeah, why not?
I know you're Googling them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but we can still play the game of you trying to...
Oh, we know this one! What kind of cooking is Shio really good at? It's Japanese, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Although, hold on a second, because the answer sheet I pulled up didn't have that one.
But we know Liz's proper name is Lacerit.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot for quiz time I have to move Jake, because his big head's in the way. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I, don't see these answers.
It's probably because we know them. Because the last time the answers were goddamn made up.
Well, yeah, but this has like it says like beginner, moderate, expert, which is give me all you got. And it's just like the section for moderate here just isn't these.
Oh. Who bought the clothes that Saber is wearing originally? That's Chosaka.
Yeah, it's not fucking Kirei or a Kiritsugu. What?
What? I guess if Tosaka's...
Oh, are they just shit they found in the house? No. What?
I don't even know how to answer this one, Jake!
Oh, okay. Apparently, Kodamine bought those clothes for Rin forever ago. Rin never wore them, gave them to Saber. Which is such a bullshit question. Now we got one wrong, and now we're not gonna get the... It says it's the same prize for all of them, but like...
I know how you feel. Do you have the answer for this one?
I bet it's yes. That's... I think it's Verde.
I also think it's Verde.
Yeah.
Skip.
Yeah, it's just our victory screen or that we die in the castle. Or not yet. I guess we might as well knock out all these stay for the night options, right? We're just gone to bed.
Quietly go to sleep.
Okay. And we die.
Great job. Good job, everyone. We made
We
it.
could cut here. Or like after that, we could do our little extra peruse and then go to or do I don't know. So we're after the 7:30 mark, but which is like kind of our window. To
Yeah,
cut,
it used to be before that we would go into scenes and they'd wrap up pretty quickly, but now we've had this problem where they'd be like 45 minutes. So I too am afraid to click stuff, but I still think that we should at least hit the start button and then like pick where we start, just so that it's already like prepped, because I can't like closing this just makes me nervous.
All right.
But we can see if we have any money. Or actually, we have money.
It's things to buy.
We need stuff to buy, which we still do not have. Hi, Fury. So we're gonna.
Is there anything exciting?
Nothing here.
Day one? First morning of day one. Oh, we have to do an important thing.
It's a plot thing. What the? A ghost house? You know,
Somebody mentioned the ghost house earlier.
You know what's gonna happen if we go to the church. Our best friend's gonna be there. Next time we start, I can move you back now. The next time we play, do you want to have a Kodamine Kire dialogue or a mysterious figure in the ghost house
Kire's
dialogue?
Dead.
Oh,
So
right.
Kire.
He's not at
It'll
the
probably
church
be-
anymore. What is my life without Mapo Tofu?
Probably the other person associated with the church that we know of.
I see.
But also, that's kind of what I assume the ghost house is going to be. So I think they might be the same person, honestly.
Okay, so we'll just do ghost house then.
Sure. That's more interesting than a church. If you ask me if I want to go to a ghost house or a church, I'm saying ghost house every time.
Dude, not wrong. Not wrong.